Hola friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a beautiful day from wherever you're tuning in today. If you don't already follow my social media, be sure to do so. You can check out my Mama Om, which is my yoga page, or my personal page as well. If you do follow along on my social media, you probably have noticed our latest announcement. I have been a little bit quieter over my Instagram and Facebook pages over the last little while, and that is because, you guys guessed it, we are expecting baby number 3. So if you are following those social media accounts, A, thank you so much, and B, you've already caught the big announcement. But I do want to share a little bit about my 3rd pregnancy so far. So a couple months ago, I got dengue, which is an illness from mosquitoes. And in that time, when I didn't know that I had dengue, I was feeling incredibly sick, and I thought, this can't be anything else besides I'm pregnant. So I took 2 pregnancy tests and both were negative. But this time around, Aunt Flo hasn't came to visit this month, and I'm feeling extremely tired and extremely nauseous and even more irritable. So we got a test. I'm gonna take it. We're gonna see. Shit, Jerry. So this week I am 18 weeks along. I'm almost at the halfway point. Depending when baby decides to come, I am due the end of June. I really try not to go directly by the due date. So anywhere between the 20th of June and the 10th of July is kind of my midwife's guess. Speaking of midwives, I am so incredibly blessed to have found a midwife team here in Guadalajara, Mexico. I'm super excited to be working with them, as my first 2 births were in hospital births, and I won't get into it too much right now, but I am just looking forward to this new opportunity of prenatal care. Leave it to Mexico to give the wrong address on the business card as to where we need to go to get to the appointment. So now we are just over 10 minutes late, and I've still no idea where the clinic is.
Yeah. The doctor's gonna give us a surprise. I wonder what it is.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. It should be a toy or something.
A toy or something.
Surprise, okay? What is this?
Look up at the computer.
What's that, baby?
It's a baby in mommy's tummy.
Oh! What do you think?
Baby.
What does that mean?
Baby.
Baby.
Mama.
That means Lexi's gonna be a big sister.
What about my baby?
You're a big sister. You're gonna be a big sister times 2. So this far in the pregnancy, I don't have any major complaints. I did suffer morning sickness from about week 6 to 16. That really did take over my mornings completely. I was nauseous and physically ill for a good 10 weeks there, and so happy to say that I am finally getting past that point. Up until about week 14, I didn't have a lot of energy. All I wanted to do was nap. Thank goodness for my family. They let me sleep in as often as we could. But because we were busy in that time frame, I was definitely more exhausted than I thought I would be. So I definitely got morning sickness. I definitely got the first trimester fatigue. Coming into the second trimester, I feel really good. My energy is getting back up. I'm getting back into a regular asana yoga practice. And overall just feeling really good with the things I've been eating, the movement I've been getting, and where my headspace is. Now that that pesky morning sickness is slowly fading away, I've noticed I am incredibly hungry all the time. I can make an entire meal and half an hour later I'm starving again. So I am interested to see how much weight I am going to gain over this pregnancy. With Luna, I gained a ton of weight. I had so much water retention. And with Lex, I was actually smaller the second time around. I felt more in shape and more fit, but that's because I was also teaching 4 to 5 classes a week, all the way until like week 37 or something crazy like that. So I'm really interested to see how I'm going to feel energetically and how motivated I am to exercise this time around. But yeah, I am just so hungry all the time. Speaking of being hungry, I know one of the questions you get as a expecting mother is, are you craving any weird foods? Alrighty, we stopped at the good old American Walmart and I am just on cloud 9. There are so many vegan options, so many. Chocolate, pickles. My pregnant self is just loving the pickle aisle these days.
Chocolate cookies.
Chocolate cookies! I just forgot, after being in Mexico for almost a year, I forgot.
You ready? I am. Let's go.
The maps are ready. I forgot how many food options there are out there. Don't get me wrong, I love the Mexican market scene and how many fresh fruits and vegetables and produce you can get for insanely cheap, but there's just something about coming to the good old United States of America and having so many options. There was like Daya vegan cheese pizzas and oh my goodness. My mother-in-law told me the story about how one of her friends brought her ice cream and pickles living back in Canada, and she thought it was the most disgusting thing ever. She just wanted her good old home feel Mexican food. So I'm definitely feeling a little bit of this here in Mexico. Some of the things I'm craving and I didn't realize how badly I'd wanted were things that I couldn't get here in Mexico. I'm not usually a candy person. I usually pick the chocolate over sweets, but recently I've just been really wanting some good Canadian candy. So I'm getting by on deliciously in-season fruit, mango, piña, melon, watermelon. Those are definitely my go-to sweets nowadays, especially because every candy here is either covered in chile or lime. But that's kind of my only craving lately, is really sweet food. So if you think it's a boy or girl based on my cravings, I'd love to know. And along with any other wives' tales that you guys have heard, you can leave down in the comments and we'll see what we are having. Speaking of gender reveal, we are not going to be doing a gender reveal. Same with Luna and Lex. We waited to know the sex of the baby until baby was born. It makes it a surprise. If it was up to me, I'd probably find out, just because I have a really hard time being patient, but Jerry insists that we keep it a secret, so all 3 times we have kept it a surprise. So heading into week 19, I'm happy to report all is good. I'm feeling much better than the first trimester, but each one of my pregnancies has really just been a completely different experience, which I am incredibly, incredibly grateful for. So up until now, baby is the size of a bell pepper. You can check out the pictures that I take each week. That is something that I've committed myself to, because I know the more kids you have, the fuller your plate is, the less per kid thing you do, like monthly photos, weekly pregnancy photos, all that good stuff. So I've committed to a weekly fruit or vegetable photo. Again, you can check out my social media to check those out. What's up? Okay. She wants on the blue swing. So thank you so much for all of your congratulations, your kind words, and everything over the last couple of weeks. She is my timer here. If you aren't following my channel, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any upcoming Mama Om videos.
Hi, I'm Luna,
Come here.
and I have a sister.
And you have a sister. And another baby coming?
I have two sisters.
Two sisters. You think it's gonna be a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hi, I'm Luna, and my sister, she's over there. She's playing on the plane.
Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will talk to you guys next week.